What started as one brown bag helping one person has turned into a non-profit organization that helps hundreds with hunger relief. So what's next in store for 3B Brown Bags? July 4th is less than a week away. We are here in Georgetown asking people what they're doing to celebrate the holiday. An incident that took place last night led to the death of a 14-year-old boy. It is crucial at this time of the year to remember safety tips provided by the fire department. We all heard what James Comey said on Capitol Hill today. Coming up, we'll show you what his body language was really hiding. Local residents of Bethany Beach will be celebrating Perrier Day alongside with their sister city in France, Normandy. Comme on le dira à Paris, bonne fête à tous et amusez-vous bien.
Across the Delaware Valley in big cities and small towns, many are finding it harder and harder to meet their basic dietary needs.
To know that there were 1 in 8 Delawareans that are going food insecure is an alarming number to me. And for children, it's even more so, 1 in 5.
At just 9 years old, a local boy named Braden started a charity called 3B in order to provide food for those who needed it the most.
I came up with the idea of Braised Brown Bags because there are a lot of homeless people in Washington, D.C. and in Delaware. So I decided to give them healthy food since they can't afford it.
So they're considered go bags, and go bags are after you eat a meal at a soup kitchen and you're leaving, you're going on to the rest of your day, you can grab a 3B bag.
Every time we have a Code Purple, Braden and either his mom or his grandfather, somebody from Braden's family brings those brown bags. And I know our clients definitely appreciate them.
You know somebody's out there and it's caring. And when it comes from a kid, it means even more. Kids have the biggest heart in the world. And they say that, adults are teaching kids to care. I think kids are actually teaching us adults how to care.
What started as one brown bag helping one person has turned into a non-profit organization that helps hundreds with hunger relief. So what's next in store for 3B Brown Bags?
I want to stop hunger, which will be really hard and probably take forever.
Now, at the age of 13, Braden continues his mission to provide meals for those who need it the most. Reporting for Fox 29, I'm Fatima. If you're looking for a new place to eat on Main Street, well, you're in luck. Roots just opened up this fall, and they have a variety of healthy, different food options. Why did you guys decide to choose UD as one of your locations?
So, to be honest, we've had a friend up here, and we always loved UD, so we used to come up, we used to go out with our friend. Probably a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago, we used to come up here a lot. And it's, to be honest, we're very risk averse, and it's really similar to the University of Virginia, which is where we opened first, right? A lot of students. You've got this main street where you've got most of the traffic. You have housing over here. You have the campus over there. So it just seemed like the perfect situation.
What different kind of food do you guys have here?
Okay, so we've got grain bowls and salads is what it comes down to. But there's this perception that I guess when you talk about natural foods, you're sacrificing taste. Which is not what we want to do here at all. So the biggest thing when we were starting the concept was, we changed the way that we were eating, just by focusing on what I was eating 3 times a day. I had, more energy, I slept better, my mood was better. The one thing you can't sacrifice is taste, right? I mean, you think about it, we eat 3 times a day. It's an important part of our lives. So we started working with these fine dining chefs that have ran their own concept the last 15 years. Pretty much we spent all of our time actually cooking the food. Right, so everything you see on the line will get touched in some ways. Grain bowls are basically primarily rice-based. The salads are primarily lettuce-based. And then we have a ton of different vegetables that we're always constantly prepping, roasting, grilling, or cooking in some way. Pretty much we just try and stay as fresh as possible. So we get them from Keeney right now. Keeney's based out of Maryland. And we get 6 deliveries a week. And then at the end, we're always grilling chicken, which we marinate in an adobo seasoning, so it's got a little bit of a kick. And then we have mushrooms, and we have 2 types of tofu.
What's your favorite meal?
So I always get the pesto Caesar, and I add an avocado and a lemon squeeze to it. And then instead of getting pesto, I get lemon tahini. We always try to partner with the community in some way, just because, to be honest, it's pretty cool to be so well received and to be embraced. It's it's a pretty awesome feeling. And so here right now, we've just been partnering, with kind of different philanthropies in the area, and we're still trying to figure out, I guess, who kind of our long-term partner will be here. We're not just about putting raw food on the line, right? Because raw broccoli isn't going to taste good. So who cares if you're being healthy if it doesn't taste good? It's just not sustainable, right? Or else we just all eat kale and have 6-packs, right? That'd be super easy. Because our prep is so intense, we decided not to introduce beverages at first when we were actually opening it up in Charlottesville. And then we kind of just liked being a place that only served water. It's like the only natural beverage, and like the food's really flavorful. We do leave a lot of money on the table with the beverage program, right? Like beverage program is where your best margins are in the restaurant industry. It costs nothing to put out soda. But it's something we're okay with, you know, to stand for the fact that like it is kind of the only natural beverage. You know, everyone loves water.
Can you kind of explain to us like the design of the restaurant?
So we actually hired an interior designer out of Philly who's amazing. Her company's called Enes Nehez. Her name's Val Nehez. She partnered with us, and we just spent a couple months sort of picking everything out, from the chairs to the floor to the wall. We don't want to have the same look everywhere. Nothing feels like less natural kitchen than like walking into the same store everywhere. So we definitely want to vary the design. And then two, like, it needs to be a place that you feel comfortable in, right? So like that's warm, that has bright colors. Places that serve food for $8 or $9, you walk in and you're like, they serve food for $8 or $9. You can tell by the design. And we really wanted to kind of change people's expectations and perceptions of the value you can get at that price point. Pretty much like 80% of our staff, I would say, is UD students. They are phenomenal. Go check them out. They're making salads as we speak. They're getting pretty good as salad humans.
Is this your first time trying in Roots?
No, actually. I was sitting in the library when my friend brought Roots in, and I was like, wow, that smells really good. And I was like, I have to try it. And she told me it was on it, and I was a little questionable at first because, like, I'm not the healthiest eater, but I like to try new things. So then I decided to come in one day, and I tried a Jefe bowl on her recommendation. And honestly, it changed my life. Like, I've been here 4 times in the past 2 weeks now.
What did you get today?
Today, I actually went ahead and tried something new. It was supposed to be pesto Caesar, but I'm not a big fan of pesto. So instead I got lemon tahini on it, and I got a rice base instead of the kale base. And I think that's one of the nice things about it, is that you're able to customize your meals, and it's like super healthy, or at least that's what they brand it as. So I'm hoping it's super healthy, but it's definitely like healthier than like the alternatives that we have on Main Street.
So how would you rank Roots on your list of favorite place to go on Main Street?
Right now, it's my #1 favorite place, but like, let's say like it's a couple months down the road, it would definitely stay in the top 3. I've spent a lot of money here so far.
So kids under 12 eat free.
I'm 12, primate.
You can eat free. There you go.
Well, you've heard it. Make sure to come check out Roots and try out their different food options. Reporting for 49 News, I'm Fatima Saul.
I'm proud to be a Boolean after I saw that. Well, here's Jordan with more on the story. The recent presidential election intensified as residents of the Christiana Towers found threatening racial slurs written on the bulletin board. The messages were quickly removed after being reported to the university police and residents' life and housing officials. The writer was likely not a Floor resident and remains unknown at this time. The executive director of Residents' Life and Housing, Caitlin Kerr, stressed the severity of these messages, as well as ResLife's continued commitment to building an inclusive environment where all students feel safe, welcomed, and valued. It's important that any student who feels negatively impacted by this incident is aware of the support and resources they are offered on campus.
Reporting for 49 News, I'm Fatima Saul.
Reporting for Fox 29, I'm Fatima Saul.